So, welcome back to the channel. I know this channel is JG Rugby, and you've probably read the video thinking, this doesn't quite fit within rugby. But it kind of does. This is Rugby Fantasy channel, so I thought, why not do fantasy for the Euros? How a rugby player knows football, is it any better than the other FPL people out there, like Let's Talk FPL, FPL Mate? Who knows if I can give them a run for their money? Probably not, but we'll see. If you are already subscribed to the channel, then great. But if you're new around here and like some fantasy content, then drop us a like and also subscribe as well. We'll be posting videos each match day. So yeah, welcome. So my main reasoning for doing this is really there's no other sport on. The Premiership has ended in rugby. Also, no Six Nations, no sort of like Awesome Nations, no World Cup, none of that. So I thought, what's the next best thing? Well, it's fantasy. So we've got football fantasy here, and I'm showing the groups on screen now so that you have an idea of which of the teams to pick. We're obviously not going to go too in depth, like I said, like a Let's Talk FPL would do. So if you come here, like the video, it's just going to be more of my team selection and see how good I do. If you are interested in joining my league, it's going to be down as JG Rugby. It's on screen now. I'll also leave a link down in the description too. But hopefully, all of you existing subscribers love fantasy, so let's also just join in. So there's a few really key things to know, and as I said, if you want more in depth, then go to the FPL specialists. But a few things to know is you can actually change your captain each day. So a match day is going to be like over 4 or 5 days. You can actually change your captain each day. So Germany play on the Friday and then England play on the Sunday. If you captained, say, a German player, didn't get any points, you can then captain, say, an England player or any other player for the next day. So I think that's really useful. So utilise when people play, like on the Friday and then the Saturday, etc. But to kick it off, in goal, I have gone with Jordan Pickford. So existing subscribers will know I am an England fan, but I think he's actually the most picked goalie at the moment. Just because of England's defence and in tournaments, usually quite solid, he also gets quite a few saves as well. I have also gone for Cillessen at the moment, but I actually think he's not in the Netherlands squad. So I will be looking at Lunin, who plays for the Ukraine. Got some good fixtures and probably will make a few saves as well, if he's not still injured from the Champions League final. So, in defence, I actually think I've gone pretty solid. So I've got Mitchell Stadt, who is a German defender. He's pretty nailed on to start, I'm pretty sure, given the pre-tournament fixtures. 4 million as well, which is dirt cheap, especially for Germany, who are the home team. Defender, going to get lots of clean sheets as well. Scotland at home in the first game too. Then I've gone for DiMarco. Italy have a somewhat good group. They play Albania at the start, but DiMarco plays more of a wing back and does get good attacking returns as well, which is going to be key. I've then gone for the pairing of Van Dijk and Dumfries. So Van Dijk, we all know, going to be the captain. Hopefully, if they are to go pretty far in this, that Van Dijk will have strong performances and get lots of clean sheets. And much like DiMarco, Dumfries is essentially a wing back, if not a winger most times of the pitch. And against Poland, I expect them to have most of the ball. I've also gone with Face for Belgium. Again, a £4 million defender, so he's a bit of an enabler in this squad, but hoping he starts and has some good form. Then, for the midfield, I have backed another England player, Bukayo Saka. So obviously playing Serbia in their first game, Saka I think is just key to that England attack. He's down as a midfielder, so is the likes of Bellingham and also Rice, but I think out of the England midfield, he's the most attacking. And also quite a bit cheaper than Bellingham, who will also play pretty attacking, but I think Saka has more chance of returns. Then I've gone for Gundogan, again, against Scotland on that opening day on the Friday. He is the penalty taker as well for Germany, so if they get a penalty, hoping that he gets some good points there as well. And then I've also gone for Rodri, who has quite a tough fixture in Croatia to start. But reasoning for that is you actually do get points for ball recoveries. And Rodri loves a goal from outside the box as well, which is also more points than just a normal goal in the box. You might be wondering why Vitinha and Fernandes are on the bench. Well, this is because they play on the final day of Matchday 1. So say Rodri doesn't perform, doesn't get any ball recoveries or little points, then I can just swap him in for Fernandes. And that's the same with, say, a defender for Vitinha as well. So always think to put your players who are actually playing first in real life on the pitch first, because you can always switch them out if they don't score. And then finally, the attack, which I've gone all out. So as I said with like Face and Mittelstadt, they're kind of enablers because they're just so cheap. Well, this is why. Because I've gone for Harry Kane, Mbappe and Havertz. I think Mbappe is owned by like 80% of people at the moment, which is ridiculous, but quite rightly, because I think he was the top goal scorer at the last World Cup or the Euros. And similar to Harry Kane, he's on penalties, right, for England. You would expect them to get out of that group pretty easily. So Harry Kane on form for Bayern as well at the moment. Kai Havertz, similar with Arsenal, pretty well in form. Is also looking like the only nailed on attacker. Wirtz is also a pretty good pick in the midfield, but I think Havertz will play slightly more forward like he does for Arsenal. And of course, I've captained him because he's playing that opening day. If he doesn't get any points, I may switch it to Mbappe, who has a really good fixture against Austria and probably a favourite in France. So, that is my team for the opening match day 1. I am looking at maybe bringing in some transfers. Like I said, I think Sillerson is not in the squad, so I am thinking of bringing Lunin in. And then I'm also looking at like switching Rodri out for, say, Jorginho, because he has a better fixture against Albania. And it's a pretty similar player as well. And also looking at Grimaldo for Face, because I'm not sure if he's nailed on as such, and Grimaldo is definitely going to be more forward and attacking for Spain. But as always, let me know what you guys think of my team, and also post your team down in the comments. Obviously, not new to fantasy, but new to posting and getting out in the community with football fantasy, which I also do side by side with the rugby fantasy. I do FPL every year and perform pretty well. I think like the top 200,000 this year in FPL. So not too bad, but also would love your guys' opinions and just to get involved in the community, really. So thanks all for watching. If you did like, leave a comment, like, and also subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all in the next one for Match Day 2.